It's that time to kick off your shoes, crack a cold drink, and get ready for some good times. This is the Blowed Out Podcast. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show, and welcome to February. Let's go ahead and get things kicked off here. Coming at you, of course, from Ogden, Utah. I think it's warmed up now. It's 17 degrees. Jesus. Anyhow, just wanted to touch on a couple of things, of course. You know, I've done my deep dive for y'all, like usual. Unfortunately, this week, I was deplatformed. What the shit? God damn. So, a couple of days ago, I found out the hard way that I had been deplatformed, and my show had been deleted from my hosting platform and Spotify. So, I'd like to go ahead and apologize to anybody that had trouble trying to listen on Spotify the last day or two. They failed to give me any reason other than I violated their terms of service. So that's cool. I won't name them. Well, I might. Let's just say it's the part of a boat that keeps you from moving. But they can suck a bag of dicks. Because they just deleted my show and everything. And 3 different tech representatives, 3 different attempts, told me when I inquired as to why I couldn't log into my account, or after the first one, why apparently I was being kicked off. All they said was, you violated terms of service. You can start a new one. Click. Motherfuckers. So yeah, I went through that 3 times, and all 3 gave me the same answer. So luckily, I kept everything. We're all good. New hosting platform should have all that stuff fixed and never have that problem again. I did upload the new Blowed Out Podcast artwork / logo. So you may have to go back in and re-like it or re-follow it under the new artwork. I'm not positive. I have not checked all the platforms. Some of them are a little slower than others to update. So still available, on all your favorite listening platforms. Spotify, back on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Pandora, Stitcher, Amazon, Podcast Index, iHeartRadio, Podcast Addict, Pocket Casts, Deezer, Podchaser, Player FM. I'm sure I'm forgetting 1 or 2, but pretty much anywhere you'd like to listen to it. It should all be back up and available. Like I said, you may have to look for the new artwork. It's currently black and white. I kind of like it. I think I may stick with black and white. I'm going to toy around with it and decide from there. But for now, it's black and white. Again, sorry if you have to go back in and re-like and follow to make sure you get all the current updates and episodes to automatically go to your feed. I was gonna ask you guys, like, what things matter the most to you in life? I mean, obviously, for me, it's family, my kids. Those are the most important things. At the end of the day, we got to make money to survive, and all that obvious stuff. And without family or your kids and your loved ones, none of that shit really matters. The reason I ask that is, this is something important to me. Something I've been playing with the idea for a couple of years, several years anyhow, at least, getting people's opinions on whether or not I should do this podcast or not. And I really have put in a ton of work, just really, really done a lot of work and dedicated a lot of effort and everything into it. So when I found out that I was deplatformed on Wednesday, man, it really kicked me in the nuts pretty hard. It was devastating. It was interesting how much it bothered me. Again, at the end of the day, it's just a podcast. I hope you guys like it, but it's not going to make or break me. It's fun, and I'm enjoying the hell out of it, and I hope you guys are too. But if for whatever reason I couldn't continue doing it, it wouldn't. My life wouldn't end. Obviously, I wouldn't be suicidal, or I might be homicidal, but yeah, it just depends on the day. Anyhow, I was curious what everybody else thought about that. What things actually, now that we've established the things that we know would be devastating to us, what are the dumb little things, in a similar circumstance that you think would bother you or feel devastating to you, even though at the end of the day, they really don't matter in the grand scheme of things. I'm curious. It was interesting to me how all that effort really, translated to feeling like I was kicked in the bag. If you think about it or you want to answer, toss it out there. I'm curious to know. Been running and we got all that whiny shit out of the way. Let's jump into a couple things here on the deep dive. Apparently, especially today, there is a balloon or airship of some sort hovering over Montana. China has admitted that it belongs to them, although they claim it's just for meteorological issues, or rather research. It has limited steering capabilities, and that's what caused it to veer off course. But they're sorry. They're sorry. Yeah, it's hovering over Montana, and you're sorry? Come on. Isn't the risk of a long night on the toilet from bad egg foo young enough of a threat? Jesus. Come on, China. You already have our money for everything from Walmart. Isn't that enough? What about, what about all the fails from every swinging dick on TikTok, including myself? Come on. Isn't enough? Don't you already have your finger on everything else? You really got to hover over Montana, and what are you doing? Collecting gas samples from cattle? Probably listening to us right now, which cool. Hey, shout out to all the listeners from China that are probably listening right now from your weather balloon, we'll call it. Yeah, run with that. Interestingly enough, we've apparently chosen to not shoot it out of the sky like we should, because they're concerned with debris falling on people. Really? In Montana? Don't get me wrong, I love Montana. It's beautiful, but I'm pretty sure the likelihood of any Chinese fucking balloon knots falling on someone in Montana is pretty slim. Shoot the fucker out of the sky already. Be done with it. Then, if there is something that happens to land and we can recover it, put it in an envelope, put it in a Amazon box, and send it back to them bastards. Here you go, bitches. I say fuck it. We've got to stop tiptoeing around all this bullshit. Our airspace is our airspace, and that's it. You want to fucking play nice to everybody on the planet? Fair. But don't. Just one fat man's opinion. Don't you dare bring that shit to our soil, or let it come to our soil and our airspace. This is ours, And that's the last damn thing we'll have at the end of the day. As a country, we got enough. Fair enough. We do have enough internal horse shit going on. But again, we don't need to play nice. If you're in our stuff, or you're in our airspace, or our waters, or whatever, and you don't belong there, and you're not authorized to be there, bing, you gone. Again, just one fat man's opinion, but I say to hell with him. Shoot that bastard down. If there's an issue, and it has limited steering capabilities, maybe they should have picked up that spam call when it was to extend their vehicle service warranty. Fucking, it's ridiculous. Did you know, China? Did you know that your airship's extended service warranty is about to expire? Also in that realm of the world, apparently North Korea's panties are in a bunch over an increase of U.S. military activity in the area. Apparently we've been doing some air drills with South Korea, and old Kim Jong-un is pretty upset. He vows the most overwhelming nuclear force. Now, they're allegedly preparing the bottle rocket launchers as we speak, but most likely fear us sticking our size B-52 boot in their asses, so we probably don't have much to worry about there. A little closer to home, a new study says the COVID-19 pill Lagevrio? Let's go with Lagevrio. May actually be mutating the virus. That's cool. Apparently creating more mutations that can be transmitted. Cool. All the more reason to trust whiskey instead of a shot or a pill. This whole thing, they're just going to keep coming up with it. I noticed just the other day that they're airing commercials now about the virus, which, on paper, I've had it 3 times. Don't get me wrong. One of the times, it was some serious shit. I had to be on oxygen. It kicked my ass pretty good. But was it actually, like COVID-19, or was it just the flu? I don't know. All the more reason the only shot I'm taking is out of a bottle. Man, if I have to do, well, in all fairness, I like to do the boosters of that shot. And I can have as many as I want. They don't tell me how many is recommended, other than 0. Fuck that. No pills, no shots. Christ, take your vitamin D and some zinc. Don't lick the cart at Walmart. Don't touch your mouth after you took a shit without washing your hands. It's not that hard. Yeah, I get it. I do believe some of it is, really a threat to the, older crowd, all that mess. I'm not denouncing. I'm not a denier. I'm just saying that, we've been dealing with all kinds of horse shit like this for years and years, decades, centuries, however you want to say it. Just, let it run through you, blow it out both ends, and be done in a week. There you go. Lord, don't come at me like everybody went after Rogan for saying he took whatever, ivermectin. I ain't deworming no horses. I ain't denouncing. I ain't telling you not to get your vaccines. I'm just saying, maybe you don't have to believe everything you hear or see on TV. Once again, myself included. Fuck it. You don't like my opinion? You don't have to take it at face value. You can just, you can just hear it and choose to do what you will with it. I'm just throwing it out there. Especially this time of year. It's cold. It's damn cold. I don't know how cold it is where you are. I don't know, maybe you're on a beach somewhere and it's not cold. Lucky you if that's the case. Everybody else where it's stupid ass cold, I hope you're hanging in there. In fact, Puxatawny Phil saw his shadow yesterday, the day before. But Canada's Fred the Marmot, and that's how I'm going to say it because I don't speak that. So it's Fred the Marmot. He came out and just tipped over. Well, he thought maybe the mayor needed a new hat. I don't know. Guess we know it's going to be cold for 6 more weeks. Fred couldn't even take the damn news. It's cold as shit, people. Like I said, here it's in the teens. Been in single digits all week. Hopefully that shit quits. But since we're speaking of the cold, real talk, folks, this level of cold will kick your battery in the dick. You know, you need to, one good idea is to be sure to turn off all your high drain accessories a minute or so before you shut the engine off. You know, like seat heaters, heater on 58,000, turn it down to, like 1. Just throwing it out there. That'll give your alternator a chance to recover the charge before it sits overnight or while you're at work or whatever. The reason I say this is mine's been lazy also. That. Tires also will fluctuate pressure when it's this cold, causing your mileage and your likelihood of a blowout or popping off the rim or rolling or some godforsaken thing to suffer. And you don't need that. You don't want that, especially this time of year. Nobody wants to be sitting on the side of the road, trying to keep your nipples from freezing off and falling out your pant leg. Most of the major tire shops and stuff, Les Schwab, places like that, they'll all check it and adjust it for free. So guys, be sure and take advantage of that courtesy, just to avoid any issues. Like I said, nobody wants to deal with that this time of year. So take care of yourself. Be safe as far as that stuff goes. It's easy. Take you 5-10 minutes. It's just a stupid little shop pointer. But I am also going to take this opportunity to blame the cold on my face. It's probably a good thing I don't have the video up and running just yet, because, man, I look tired as hell today, guys. I got a matching pair of Gucci bags rocking under these eyeballs. It's not good. And I look like, I don't know, I look like Chuck Norris beat the shit out of a pack of hot dogs, probably. I don't know why it was Chuck Norris beating the shit out of a pack of hot dogs, but I'm going with it, so that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Does anybody happen to know anywhere that's got their swimwear out on the shelves yet? I happen to be in the market for a new swimsuit for my teenage daughter. I only know of one place. At least there's only one place to my knowledge, and I'm that dad, so I don't need my teenage daughter near Dick's. Just kidding. Speaking of Dick's, I meant to address this last week or possibly even the week before. Sorry. I just thought of it again, but can we just leave Evan Peters alone over his amazing performance in Dahmer? I don't know if you've seen it or not. Man, he did such an amazing job on this. But everybody's freaking out because, well, not everybody, but people are freaking out because we're sensationalizing the horrific acts of Jeffrey Dahmer and everything else. But, that doesn't have anything to do with Evan Peters. It's not like he was eating the dicks. Jesus, leave him alone. He's just the actor, Just let him get the award for being the amazing actor he was, and don't worry about the fact that, or don't blame him for sensationalizing or supposedly or allegedly sensationalizing the fact that Jeffrey Dahmer was eating dicks and making dick sandwiches for his neighbors and shit, in his apartment. Yeah, it was horrific, but he gone, so let it go. One of the reasons I brought that up was awards, or awards where, people have either done something stupid and got them taken back, or done something stupid and still got them. You guys got any good award stories? I know. I've got at least one or two. One of them, I used to rebuild aircraft for the military, and I was set to receive a safety award, which, if you guys know me, I'm far from safe. But anyhow, they come out and said, "Hey, you're the safety award winner for this month or this year or this week," or whatever the hell it was. And it's been a long time ago, but so I thought, okay, we're going to have a little ceremony to present it to you and nonsense. Take some pictures, for the horseshit archives or the bullshit union newsletter or whatever. Probably, put it on a corkboard somewhere and say that they treated their people decent, which we all know is horseshit, but whatever. So that day comes, and I'm just going about business like usual because it's just a piece of paper. I could give a shit less, but about as near as I can recall, about an hour before I was supposed to receive this award in front of the squadron, I get a safety violation for not wearing my safety glasses. Because fuck safety glasses. Squint. That's what eyelashes are for. Either that or put a plastic bag over your head or some shit if it's getting real bad. But god damn it, I hate safety glasses. Anyhow, so I get this safety violation for not wearing my safety glasses. And then the big boss comes over and everybody gathers around, and I'm thinking to myself, you can't make this shit up. Well, so as they do their little spiel about how I'm the safety winner, we go up and they hand me the certificate, and we extend hands to shake as we both turn with a big shitty cheesy grin for the camera. And through his gritted teeth, he just says, "Are you fucking shitting me right now? You really just got a DSV?" And with, the same cheesy grin through my gritted teeth, I just said, "Yeah, can you believe this dumb shit? Now you're giving me an award, and it's all on camera, big boy." God, he was so pissed. I just couldn't have enjoyed that moment anymore. What are you guys' stories like that? Have you ever received an award for something you theoretically, at the end of the day, like myself, didn't deserve, or some sort of ironic situation like that at work or in the community? Hell, let us know or tell me about it. I'm curious. You can always reach out. bloatoutpodcast@gmail.com. Drop us a line. I'd love to hear about it. I'd also love to hear about what you guys think about the new artwork, or what you guys think of the new artwork, rather. Let me know what you think. If you got a spare minute, I'd really like to know. The bonus is it's mine. I did it, so I know that nobody can cry about copyright infringement or any of that mess. So hopefully that will keep me out of hot water with anybody. Um, and then I also had to address the fact that because, well, not necessarily because of that, but with everything going on, we didn't get in a, a shop session with the boys last week like I was hoping. So we're gonna try and get one in, at least some snippets and some clips. You know, at least a little bit of a segment. We're gonna try and get in this weekend. So hopefully next week we'll be able to bring that at you. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I think you guys will really enjoy it. Also, like I said, we're still shooting for, getting video online and bringing all the other stuff to you. Like the shitty tattoo reviews. I think there's enough of those to keep us busy for a long time. And feel free to also submit anything, you guys. This is all about us. This is us. So if you've got some pictures of some shitty tattoos, or a picture of your shitty tattoo, Jesus, blooper reel, shitty tattoo, go ahead and send it to us if you want, and we'll give you a shout out. Who knows? Maybe make you famous, kid. Probably not. But sounds good on paper. We're constantly gonna evolve this baby and hopefully make it into something big that you guys really enjoy. I am working on lining up some guests, so we're gonna start bringing them on. Just trying to work out logistically how to make that all happen. Man, everybody's broke, everybody's at work. Time is a valuable thing nowadays, and since my real job, I work graveyards, so all the normal folk that aren't jacked up in the membrane like myself are at work when I'm typically recording this stuff for you guys, so I have to kind of figure out how to work around that best. But I think I got some good stuff coming down the line for you guys. We've been talking about work wives and former TSA guys that can tell us some stories and talk some shit, and we're gonna talk cars and tattoos and get really jacked up in the gray matter with another couple of guests. And like I said, we're gonna bring some segments from the boys. I know I keep talking all this big shit, and hopefully a little bit every week it at least pans out like I'm delivering on at least some of it. Like I said, shoot me your ideas, your submissions, your comments, your questions, any of that stuff at blowedoutpodcast@gmail.com. Be sure to like and follow, or follow and like, or whatever the hell you can do on Facebook at Blowed Out Podcast. And again, tell all your friends and family if you enjoy it. Tell everybody. Shout it from the mountaintops. I certainly appreciate each and every one of you. I hope we can make this a mutually beneficial relationship. Kind of like a, hey, I bought you a burrito. Maybe you should give me an HJ. Yeah, I mean, maybe not the same, but similar. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Absolutely. And again, I'm doing this for us, for you guys, but I enjoy doing it. So let me know what you think. Give me a shout. Let's keep it going. And once again, appreciate y'all. I hope everybody has a great weekend, great week. Keep warm, stay safe. Let me know if I can help in any way, and we'll talk to you real soon. Cheers, y'all.